John McKean is an American actor, comedian, writer, composer and musician well known for his portrayal of Squiggy's friend, Leonard Lenny Kosnowski, on the sitcom Laverne Shirley. And for his work in the Christopher Guest ensemble films, particularly as David St. Hubbins, the lead vocalist and rhythm guitarist of the fictional rock band Spinal Tap from the eponymous film. Early life and career: McKean was born October 17, 1947, in New York City, the son of Ruth and Gilbert McKean, and was raised in Sea Cliff, New York, on Long Island. McKean began his career in Pittsburgh while a student at Carnegie Tech. David Lander was a fellow student at CMU. Their partnership grew after graduation as part of the comedy group The Credibility Gap with Harry Shearer in Los Angeles, but McKean's breakthrough came in 1976 when he and Lander joined the cast of Laverne Shirley portraying Lenny in Squiggy. McKean directed one episode, and the characters became something of a phenomenon, even releasing an album as Lenny and the Squigtones in 1979, which featured a young Christopher Guest on guitar. Foreign Legion of Love was a big hit for the Squigtones, with frequent play on the Dr. Demento show. McKean also played his character in an episode of Happy Days. After leaving Laverne Shirley in 1982, McKean played David St. Hubbins in the comedy This Is Spinal Tap with both Guest and Shearer, and appeared in the soap opera spoof Young Doctors in Love. Film and television: McKean quickly became a recognizable name in film and television, with appearances in films such as Used Cars, Clue, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, Earth Girls Are Easy, the film adaptation of Memoirs of an Invisible Man, Coneheads, and Radioland Murders, and taking a lead role in Short Circuit 2. He also had guest roles on such shows as Murder, She Wrote, Murphy Brown, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, and Caroline in the City. McKean was part of an ensemble cast in the short-lived television series Grand on NBC, which aired in 1990. In 1991, McKean co-wrote the second episode and later directed the final episode of the mock documentary series Morton and Hayes, created by Phil Mishkin and Rob Reiner. Having already appeared as a musical guest and then host of Saturday Night Live, McKean joined the cast in 1994 and remained a cast member until 1995. At 46, he was the oldest person ever to join the Saturday Night Live cast, and the only person to be a musical guest, host, and cast member in that order. During this time, he also released a video follow-up to Spinal Tap, played the villainous Mr. Ditmere in the Brady Bunch movie, and played the boss Jibby in the HBO series Dream On. After leaving Saturday Night Live, McKean spent a lot of time doing children's fare, voicing various TV shows and movies. Later work: in 1997, he played the lead voice role in the video game Zork Grand Inquisitor, as Dalbers of Girth. His more recent films have included Teaching Mrs. Tingle, Mystery, Alaska, Best in Show, Little Nicky, The Guru, and starring Pancho Villa as himself, and A Mighty Wind. McKean's TV guest appearances include The Simpsons, Law & Order, Family Guy, Star Trek, Voyager, SpongeBob SquarePants, Boy Meets World and Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. He also guest voiced on Oswald as Henry's cousin, Louis. Coincidentally, Henry was voiced by David Lander. He also lent his voice to an episode of Kevin Smith's Clerks, the animated series that was never aired on ABC but was included on the VHS and DVD versions of the series. In 1998, he guest-starred in a two-part episode of The X-Files called Dreamland, in which his character, Morris Fletcher, switched bodies with Fox Mulder. The character was a success, and reappeared in 1999's Three of a Kind, an episode which focused on the recurring characters of the Lone Gunman. The character appeared on their short-lived spin-off series in 2001, and then returned to The X-Files in its final season for an episode called Jump the Shark. McKean had a regular role as the brassy, heavily made-up band leader Adrian Van Hore's in Martin Short's Comedy Central series, Primetime Glick, and in 2003, he guest-starred on Smallville, the Superman prequel in which his wife stars as Martha Kent. McKean played Perry White, who in the Superman universe ultimately becomes Clark Kent's boss. He previously has been related to the Superman myth. In 1994, on the Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman first season episode Batman, he played Dr. Fabian Leake, a cloning expert who creates a Superman clone that belonged to corporate mogul Lex Luthor. Also, during his short stint on Saturday Night Live, McKean played Perry White in a Superman spoof. In 2003, he appeared in the Christopher Guest comedy A Mighty Wind. He co-wrote several songs for the film, including A Mighty Wind, which won the Grammy for Best Song Written for a Motion Picture, Television or Other Visual Media, and A Kiss at the End of the Rainbow, which was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Song. He was on Broadway in a production of Hairspray in 2004, and is apparently writing his own musical with O'Toole. He was co-starring as Hines in a revival of The Pajama Game with Harry Connick, Jr. at the American Airlines Theatre in the first half of 2006. Also in 2006, McKean reunited with most of the cast of A Mighty Wind to film the comedy For Your Consideration and appeared in the play Love Song on the stage in London. His musical interests led him to a starring role in the critically acclaimed 2008 comedy air-drumming film Adventures of Power, in which he was reunited on screen with his co-star Jane Lynch and starred alongside Adrian Grenier, Chia-Chi Ling, and Shoshana Stern. In it, McKean plays a copper miner who organizes a community strike against the corrupt owners of the town plant and is the father of Power Ari Gold, a devoted young musician whose goal it is to win the national air drumming competition. His role honors the leaders and fighters of the 99% movement. On March 22, 2006, while Harry Shearer was being interviewed on the Opie and Anthony radio show about Spinal Tap, he stated the following: "Well, Michael McKean had been in a band called The Left Bank. They'd done a hit called Walkaway Rena copyright-y, and Pretty Ballerina was their follow-up that was a semi-hit, and he joined the band right after they had their hits." McKean was cast in the pilot episode of a remake of the British series The Thick of It as the Chief of Staff. The pilot was directed by Guest. Recently, McKean starred in the 40th anniversary Broadway revival of Harold Pinter's The Homecoming, co-starring Ian McShane, Raul Esparza, Eve Best, and James Frain. The show opened on December 9, 2007. In 2009, he starred in the Chicago-based Steppenwolf Theatre Company's production of Superior Donuts, by playwright Tracy Letts. On January 20, 2010, it was announced that Michael McKean would return to an episode of Smallville alongside his real-life wife, Annette O'Toole. In May 2010, McKean won the Celebrity Jeopardy tournament by defeating Jane Curtin and Cheech Marin. The earnings were donated to the International Myeloma Foundation in honor of McKean's friend Lee Grayson, who died of myeloma in 2004. In the summer of 2010, McKean took over the role of the stage manager in Thornton Wilder's Our Town at the Barrow Street Playhouse in New York's Greenwich Village. His run ended on August 24, 2010. In 2011, McKean appeared on an episode of Sesame Street as Virgil, the rock star, looking for rocks to be in an all-rock band. He searches for many different rocks and gems but is unable to find his lead singer until Abby turns him into an emerald. In April 2012, McKean began performing on Broadway in Gore Vidal's The Best Man. On May 22, 2012, McKean was hit by a car in New York City, suffering a broken leg. His part is to be filled by James Lesserson. He is currently appearing in the HBO comedy series Family Tree. On June 1, 2012, McKean was released from the hospital to begin physical rehabilitation. In late February 2014, McKean played J. Edgar Hoover in Broadway previews of Robert Schenken's Lyndon B. Johnson bioplay, All the Way, starring Emmy winner Bryan Cranston as the 36th president. The play opens March 6, 2014. In May 2014, McKean was announced to be a regular actor in AMC's Better Call Saul. He was the first actor to join the series that was not on Breaking Bad. Recurring characters on SNL: Anthony, the weatherman from Good Morning, Brooklyn; celebrity impersonations on SNL: Bill Clinton, Jimmy Carter, Robert Evans, Jontis, Robert Shapiro, Spalding Gray, Tom Skerritt, Vincent Price, Richard Giffard, Jeffrey Dahmer, Howard Stern, Donald E. Belfi, Adam West, Elvis Costello, George F. Will, Gary Busey, Patrick Stewart. Filmography: Cracking Up, 1941, Used Cars, Young Doctors in Love, This is Spinal Tap, DARYL. Clue: Jumpin' Jack Flash, Double Agent, Light of Day, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, Portrait of a White Marriage, Short Circuit 2, Earth Girls Are Easy, Hideout in the House, The Big Picture, Flashback, Book of Love, Grand, True Identity, Memoirs of an Invisible Man, Man Trouble, Coneheads, Airheads, Radioland Murders, The Brady Bunch Movie, Across the Moon, Friends, The One with the List, Star Trek, Voyager, The Thor, Edian Penn, The Pompatus of Love, Jack, No Strings Attached, Casper, A Spirited Beginning, That Dan Cat, Nothing to Lose, Space Ghost, Coast to Coast as Himself, Still Breathing, The Man Who Counted, Spinal Tap, The Final Tour, The Pass, The X-Files, Dreamland, Small Soldiers, Archibald the Rainbow Painter, With Friends Like These, Sugar, The Fall of the West, Masters of Horror and Suspense, Kill a Man, True Crime, Teaching Mrs. Tingle, Mystery, Alaska, Law and Order, Mega, Best in Show, Beautiful, Little Nicky, My First Mister, Never Again, Drive Dolittle 2, Slap Her, She's French, Teddy Bear's Picnic, The Guru, Autofocus, 100 Mile Rule, A Mighty Wind, and starring Pancho Villa as himself, Smallville, The Producers, Relative Strangers, The Year Without a Santa Claus, Snow Miser, For Your Consideration, Joshua, The Grand, Surf's Up, Law and Order, Called Home, Adventures of Power, Whatever Works, Homeland, Grace, The Dark Knight Returns, Part 1, Dr. Welper, SpongeBob SquarePants, American Dad. Better Call Saul. Awards, 2004 Academy Award nomination, Best Song, A Kiss at the End of the Rainbow, 2004 Broadcast Film Critics Association Award winner, Best Song, A Mighty Wind, 2004 Golden Satellite Award nomination, Best Original Song, A Kiss at the End of the Rainbow, 2004 Grammy Award winner, Best Song Written for a Motion Picture, A Mighty Wind, 2003 Seattle Film Critics Award winner, Best Music, A Mighty Wind, 2003 DVD Exclusive Award nomination, Best Animated Character Performance, The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, 2001 DVD Exclusive Award winner, Best DVD Audio Commentary, This is Spinal Tap, References. External links: Michael McKean at the Internet Movie Database, Michael McKean at the Internet Broadway Database, Michael McKean at the Internet Off-Broadway Database, Michael McKean on Twitter, Michael McKean, Downstage Center interview at AmericanTheatreWing.org, official The Homecoming on Broadway website.